Hi guys, got another action figure and comic book haul here for you. I'm going to start out with these loose figures just because they're in front of me, and then I'm going to do all the comic books and then jump into the action figures. So first up, found a Ghostbusters figure. Sorry I'm not really energetic tonight. It's kind of late at night. But got this little Ghostbuster figure. That's all he does. I don't think it was really worth $10. I don't think I actually paid $10 for him, but yeah. Dr. L from the Ninja Turtles. Actually, this is not new. This was actually in a box I didn't realize he was in, so I just thought I'd show him off. The rest of these figures are going to be custom painted to look like the original cartoon. General Trag. Oops, don't fall. Rat King. Bebop, these are all soft heads, or hard heads too, so not ruining a soft head. And Rocksteady. And Bebop does have a couple of his weapons at least with him. Anyway, we'll slide all that stuff out of there. So, like I said, we'll do comic books. This first group, this was just a junk lot I found on eBay for $6. Not really worth it, but there's two books I kind of wanted out of it, and Superman 347, pretty well garbage. Legions 35, garbage. Batman Chronicles #4, maybe not quite garbage, but for the most part I think it's garbage. The first panel I did notice is Batman with a gun in his mouth, so I don't know a ton about this book, but yeah. X-Men #1. X-Men #1. Who doesn't have a box of these things anyway? I think everyone's got an X-Men #1. Dr. Fate. I did think that was kind of a unique cover. You don't see a ton of people stabbed with blood showing on cover of too many DC books. Maybe Vertigo or something, but not actual DC books. This is one of the books I kind of wanted, just because it's a cool cover. It's not worth much. It's only worth a couple bucks. But when I got it, due to bad shipping, all of these books that looked like they were in good condition on the lot showed up and basically folded up. They were basically all like that whenever I got them out of the mail, because the guy didn't put any kind of cardboard in there. So, and for $7, I'm not going to bitch at someone on eBay over $7 just because he didn't know how to ship a comic book, but what are you going to do? These were the two books I wanted. Bucky O'Hare #1 and another Bucky O'Hare #1. They're not really worth a ton, but I don't know. I just like Bucky O'Hare, and I have one signed by Larry Hama. I don't know. I don't know why I bought these. I really didn't need this a lot, but for $6, I don't know. And Sectaurs #1. So, if anyone's a big Sectaurs fan or anything, I might send this to you. I have no interest in that. So, like I said, we'll just kind of stick with some comic books here. Let me move this stuff out of here. So, set that over there. Alright, so let me kind of get these in a little bit better order. So, got a Revival #1, first print. From what I understand, this is basically a comic book about zombies, but it's kind of a different take on zombies. I don't really remember how. I remember hearing about it and thinking I'd like to have it. My comic book store had a 30% off on Free Comic Book Day, so I paid $7 for it. This one I ordered along with these next two books I ordered. I got them for $24. Final Crisis #3, the J.G. Jones variant cover of Supergirl. It's just a really awesome cover. It's not, doesn't book for a ton of money, but I think it should. I'm actually waiting on the Batwoman cover that he did for this same book. And then I got Redneck #1 because I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to buy it online for $10. I'm gonna move those three books out of the way here. Then I got Secret Empire #1, Skydoll #1. I really like the way this guy does his covers. Actually, I've seen a couple of the other books, like 2 and 3. I wish I would have got those because the covers I thought were better. I'm not a huge fan of how he does the anatomy here. I feel like if you cover that up, like, can't imagine a guy saying cover up this portion of a woman, but I don't know. Just something looks awkward about it, but he does these gorgeous faces. It's almost watercolor. He might even be watercolor, maybe Prismacolors. I don't know. But the covers are. I love the way he uses color. I'm not really sure who the artist is. Canepa. Anyway, I seen in someone else's haul. They said that was a good book, so we'll see. TMNT, Bebop, and Rocksteady Destroy Everything variant cover. Just thought that was kind of a cool cover. Same way here, Ninja Turtle 61. I think this is a variant cover. I could be mistaken. I had to get this. As soon as I seen it, I knew I was going to get it. Spawn, Savage Dragon, Eric Larson, Todd McFarlane cover of 266. I just really wanted this book. I didn't even know it existed, so that's another reason why as soon as I seen it, I was like, I have to have that. And then Youngblood #0. Or #1, sorry. I had Youngblood when I was a kid. I thought I'll give it a shot. I can't imagine it's any better now, but we'll see. Next up, Spider-Gwen #1. Looks like a first print based on the barcode number. Reborn #1. This I've read the first one of these and it's phenomenal. It's only going to be a 6-issue series, from what I understand. So I'm up to. Well, you'll see them here. There is 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Then I got God Country #3. This is a second printing. God Country #2. I don't know exactly which print that is. I assume that's a second print, but I don't know. And then another God Country #2, Savage Dragon. Homage, that word again. Cover swipe. Yeah. Ninja Turtles, Deviations one shot, in a world where the Turtles join Shredder. Batman lenticular cover, Batman #21, the Button Story. Kind of a cool cover. I grew up in the 90s, basically, so I always love these hollow foil style covers, even though they usually ain't worth shit, because everyone buys them up pretty quick and they make a ton of them. Flash lenticular cover. If anyone knows, are there any of these lenticular covers that are worth, in any book you can think of that's worth more than $20? Raw, not CGC'd, raw. If anyone can think of any book that has some kind of hologram cover comic book that's worth more than $20, let me know. I'm just curious, because I've got a couple of them and I don't have a single book that's one of these hologram or lenticular covers that's worth more than $20 probably. Or even the Chromia covers, the ones that kind of look like Chrome, like Walking Dead issue 100, the wraparound cover. I don't think that thing's even worth $20 yet, but anyway. So I got Wonder Woman #11. The only reason I got this is Josh Elder is actually from my area, and apparently he likes to go into our local comic shop, pick up these books, and just sign them for the hell of it. So I was walking through, seen this, and thought that does not look like that it was printed. And so I went up and asked my comic shop owner what was going on, and he said that basically told me that story that Josh Elder comes in there and just signs some books and leaves. Kind of leaves them as surprises throughout the store. So I thought that was cool. So that's the main reason why I grabbed that. So we'll finish up the rest of these comic books here. I got... This is the oldest Avengers book I have. I don't have a ton of these older Avengers books because I don't really collect a ton of Avengers stuff. If I'm going to buy an older book like this, it's probably going to be an X-Men book, but I don't know. I just something about this cover just made me want it. I paid, you can see, $25 for it. Avengers 58. Just thought it was kind of a classic Avengers cover. So I'm pretty happy to have that. And the rest of this next comic stuff, some of them you've already seen, so I'll take those out. I don't know if you've actually seen this Deadpool Thanos cover for Final Fantasy. He's got the Buster Sword back here. It's a variant cover. I'm sure you've seen this before, but it's really cool. So my comic shop had, one of my comic shops anyway, had CGC cases. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm going to make them to where they kind of resemble a CGC book, but not to where if someone ever got their hands on this, if I died or something, and someone got their hands on it, they wouldn't think it's a real thing, you know. Not that it really matters. Most of these books are going to stay in my collection. But anyway, I got this Uncanny X-Men book. This is not going to stay in this case. I just put it in here for the hell of it. But Uncanny X-Men Wolverine cover. It's kind of a classic Wolverine cover of Wolverine and kind of a brood thing. Just a really, really cool cover. This is actually on the list of comic books that I was trying to find this year. And it was $6. It wasn't an expensive book, but it's just one I always like the cover of. You guys have seen this one and this one. So I did find this. So this is probably going to stay in one of these cases just because I think it's a cool cover to have kind of sitting up on the shelf. It's Fantastic Four, This Man, This Monster. It's the actually oldest Fantastic Four book I have. 51, because I don't have a ton of old Fantastic Four books. This one you've already seen too, but I'm going to leave it in this cover, this McFarlane Superman cover swipe for Spider-Man. He's going to stay in this, probably. But as far as all the comic books I got, I don't know why, but I'm pretty excited about this one. It's in awful condition, but it's just such a classic Iron Man, Captain America cover. It's Tales of Suspense. I think it's 59. It's been pretty warped right here, but I'm pretty sure it's 59. But yeah, that is just a really cool cover. I really like that. So I'm going to have this, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers book all kind of sitting on the top of my shelf up here whenever it's done. Because I'm going to already move the detolfs out and put all 4 black shelves across there. Like, I don't know how, if any of you guys watched my first collection video, well, that's how it was. I don't like these detolfs being here, mainly because of the different levels. So, and it's starting to look cluttered, so I'm going to clear a lot of this stuff out of here. It's just looking too cluttered for me. I don't enjoy it as much, even though when someone walks in, they can see a massive amount of stuff. Personally, I don't like it just because it doesn't, I don't know, it takes away from a lot of the figures whenever you have them so cluttered, and I just don't like it. So I've got to do something in here to kind of spread some of this stuff out. But anyway, so I got a few action figures here to show you real quick. We'll kind of get through this a little bit quicker. Let's see here. Pull all this over here. So I got a Hellboy. This is the Super 7 Hellboy, 3 3/4 inch, I believe, figure. It's basically like the exact same thing as the reaction figures. I think it's just Super 7 owns them now, maybe? I don't know how that went. I would have liked to have found the Abe. I don't think I'd want to have the whole set just because I don't want to spend $60. These were $15 a piece. And I don't really want to spend that on these because as much as I do like the Hellboy one and the Abe Sapien one, and I would like to have the rest, just don't feel like they're worth the money. I did find the Groot Marvel Legends Evolution kit, or set. So it's got the Build-A-Figure Groot that's got his little smiley face going on here. The Kid Groot and then Baby Groot's in there. Really, really happy to find this. Yeah. I don't know. Just really happy to find that one. I wish I could have bought some for some of my other friends, but I just didn't Well, that was the only one they had, so. I did find a NECA Gorilla Alien. I'm not sure if I showed this in the last video. I cannot remember. I don't think I did. But he'll look really cool with the Mantis figure. Yeah, so that's those. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, yeah. So I got two more things to show you. So this first one, they're both actually pretty big items. Not technically dollar-wise, but just big. The early bird kind of reproduction set that they're using for the Black Series Star Wars figures. And the 6-inch Black Series Darth Vader. I'll show you the back of this so you can kind of see what this set looks like all together. I'm sure everyone who's even remotely interested in this stuff knows about this set. But I was pretty happy to find it. They're having a big sale at Toys R Us on action figures or something. So I got this that was normally, I think it was $40 is what this thing was normally. And then Groot is usually a $20 figure. And I got both of them on sale, and with tax and everything, it was under $40 for both of them. So it should have been $60 worth of figures, and I think I got them for right around 40 or something like that. 45 maybe, I don't know. But I did get a pretty good deal on them, so I was pretty happy about that because I was going to pay it anyway. And then I get up to the register and find out that, hey, they didn't want nearly as much money from me as I thought they did. Which, that's always a good feeling when you find out, hey, something's cheaper than what you thought it was. Like this thing. This is something that, this next item, I'm just going to show it to you, instead of waiting and talking about it. This next item, G1 Jetfire. I'm very happy to have this. One of my buddies that works at a flea market, every once in a while will send me pictures of some cool stuff he finds. He sent me this one and told me a hell of a good price on it, $125 for it. It is missing the clip and the instruction books. I'll eventually track those down. But this is a figure that I never thought I would own just because they're usually pretty pricey, especially in this kind of condition. I thought $125 whenever he told me that was a hell of a deal, and it was. He actually had several people that came up to him and offered him close to $200 for it. I am very happy that he sold it to me. Like I said, he's not 100% complete, but he does have the box and most of his stuff. All of these parts are in there. He does have his gun. He doesn't, like I said, doesn't have the clip or the instructions, but everything seems like it works on him just fine. He's not yellowed. I mean, you can kind of tell a little bit of coloration difference there, but for the most part, he's not yellow. The box is not in perfect shape, as you can tell, but the back of it is in really good shape. If one was so inclined, they could probably cut that off and make a pretty cool poster out of it. But I will not do that. He will stay like this. You can't beat the box art on this. Little Bumblebee. Such a cool little box art. Soundwave over there. Where's Grimlock? No Grimlock on this, I guess. But anyway. Very, very happy to have this. This, like I said, is something I never thought I would be able to afford. Just because they typically go for more than what I'm willing to spend for a G1 figure. Just because, as much as I like G1 figures, they're a little bit before my time. This figure was made in '84. I was born in '83, so, I mean, I was 1 when this thing came out, so I didn't really grow up with this stuff. As, you know, when I watched Transformers, they were usually reruns, and, yeah. So the G1s didn't really stick with me a ton. I do still have quite a, well, not quite a bit. I probably have, I don't know, 20 G1 figures. Just because I like the Masterpiece figures better. But anyway, I'm still very happy to have this. I think it's an awesome figure. I got it for an awesome price. And it'll stay in my collection for a long time now. I'm very happy to have it. So anyway, I think that's about everything that I've gotten. Kind of getting sick of doing these videos because I feel like I come on here and I feel like people think I'm trying to brag about this stuff, but I'm really not. I just like coming on here and talking about this cool stuff. I like going on and seeing other people's hauls and just seeing the cool stuff they find, because whenever I see it, it makes me think, oh, that's something that I kind of want to have, or oh, I remember that toy, I loved it, or whatever. So I hope you guys don't think I'm coming on here trying to brag about any of this stuff. None of this stuff is extremely expensive or anything brag worthy. It's just stuff that I enjoy. I don't buy stuff that I feel like other people like. I buy the stuff that I like. Anyway, it's 12 o'clock at night, and I am rambling on and on and on. So, thanks for sticking with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the haul, and send me some messages with your haul videos. You got some cool hauls? Put them in the comments. I'd like to see your haul videos. Maybe I'll find some people that I've never watched before. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me that this video is awful because I'm dead tired and shouldn't be doing this video this late at night. But anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. Bye.